Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing World of Warcraft Legion. The latest expansion pack for World of Warcraft is available now for Mac and Windows. At the time of the recording of this video, Legion is priced at $49.99 US. World of Warcraft Legion marks the return of the Burning Legion to Azeroth. Of course, where the Burning Legion are, so are the Demon Hunters. Blizzard's storyline for the 6th World of Warcraft expansion pack is a pretty ballsy one. Without spoiling anything, Legion is probably one of the most serious chapters in Warcraft lore, and the one with the most long-term consequences. At the same time, Blizzard has managed to continue their tradition of balancing the game with some really lighthearted moments. Whether it's a few hilarious quests or some great pop culture references, I think Legion is probably one of the strongest Warcraft title lore-wise to date. Legion doesn't really break out of the standard World of Warcraft expansion pack. There are some major system changes in response to feedback from previous expansions, a new class, and some big additions to the gameplay, and of course, a whackload of new content. The PvE and the PvP experiences has both seen some major shakeups. Quests and dungeons now scale to the player's level, allowing players to access almost all the dungeons and questing areas right off the bat in any order they choose. It's a great way to encourage players to experience all of Legion's offerings while keeping the content at an appropriate challenge level. The bigger change lies in the PvP system. Now, for the sake of transparency, I used to PvP a lot in Burning Crusade. Things really tailed off for me in Wrath of the Lich King, and I haven't done much PvP since then for a variety of reasons, including the fact that Horde PvP was just plain awful, and I've never been much for arenas. My lack of recent experience really does prevent me from giving a proper assessment of how good Legion's PvP fixes are. However, I can say that trying to isolate PvP as much as possible from the PvE changes by putting less emphasis on gear and switching to a special PvP talent system that progresses is the sort of big change that will either go a long way in fixing the game's problems or fall flat on its face. Only time will tell which one that is going to be. Of course, no assessment of the PvP changes in World of Warcraft is truly complete without noting that the dreaded human racial trait every man for himself has been nerfed quite a bit. Man, that feels good to say. Legion is bringing some adjustments to the garrison system. The new version is the Order Hall, which is a shared instance filled with other players from the same class. NPC missions are making their return, though they have less effect on the economy and more on the player's experience. Champions of Warcraft lore are now recruited to go on missions along with nameless soldiers. These champions play a larger role in the player experience, whether it's being a major character in a quest or bringing back some information for a potential adventure. Gone are the days where the garrison is a major source of gold income, and good riddance to that. In exchange for crafting huts getting the boot, player crafting has been simplified a good bit, with a greater focus on efficient crafting as a reward for heavy use of the crafting system. I'm a bit pained to see the inscription profession getting essentially gutted, but it does bring it more into line with other professions. The new Demon Hunter class is a lot of fun to play. It's a highly mobile, agility-based melee class. The Havoc DPS specialization plays a bit like a Fury Warrior crossed with a Rogue, while the Vengeance tank specialization reminds me quite a bit of the Druid Bear tanks when Blizzard was still trying to have them avoid damage instead of soaking damage. I was a little bit surprised that the Demon Hunters only have 2 specializations compared to the traditional 3, but the class has 2 sets of unique skills for each specialization, which I find does a better job distinguishing the 2 specializations compared to other classes. The Demon Hunter's double jump and glide abilities give them a huge mobility advantage for questing, though less so thanks to some PvP nerfs. I was a little leery about the addition of artifact weapons. They provide every specialization in the game with its own special weapon that grows with the character as they level. It seemed a bit gimmicky on paper, but it turns out it serves as a really great way to give a little meat to the talent system along the lines of the old points-based system without having to completely overhaul the talent system again. The audiovisual experience is excellent as always. There's a few minor technical improvements under the hood, but the game still runs well on old computers. The art direction for Legion continues World of Warcraft's tradition for mixing serious fantasy with a slight cartoony touch. The sound effects, soundtrack, and voice acting are all solid, though there are a few minor characters whose voice acting is a touch weak. World of Warcraft Legion is possibly one of Blizzard's best expansion packs so far. It's a good mix of much-needed changes to things like the PvP system and the garrisons, incremental tweaks like PvE scaling, and brand new content like the Demon Hunter class. The story is possibly one of the strongest additions to the Warcraft lore so far. I'm giving World of Warcraft Legion 9.5 capsules out of 10. If you want to read our full review, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off. Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to Capsule Computers for more awesome videos. If you're looking for more videos to watch, check out my unboxing of the new Kingston HyperX Cloud Stinger gaming headset here on the bottom left. Want to drag those dusty old plastic instruments out of your closet? check out my review of the Metronomicon here in the center. If you're looking for another Blizzard game to play, check out my review of Overwatch here on the right.